What's up, everybody? Or should I say, welcome back, everybody. Yes, I know it's been a little while since you've seen a YouTube video on my YouTube channel. However, there's a lot of good reasons for that. We're going to go through some of those today. Today's video is going to be a little bit about a 2025 recap. Arguably, probably not even arguably, my best season on the PBA Tour. So many things had to come together for that to happen, and we're going to go through that. But one, I'm sorry there hasn't been much content for you guys. Throughout the season, Jillian was ready to take some video of me, ready to put some videos together. I more so was so focused on bowling and the competitive side of it that I couldn't really manage both. We did in some short instances, we tried. It just wasn't for me. Hats off to the guys who can do that week in and week out, compete at a high level, and get some content out there for you guys. I just learned that in those moments, it wasn't the best thing for me. Now, hopefully it's something I get better at for the next season. But for now, obviously, I'm super happy with how the year went. And I think that that was part of the reason. The 2025 season for me started kind of hectic. For those of you that have been following along, in late October, I made the decision to make a ball company change. Many believe that that is very scary, very big change. You're changing so much about what you're used to day to day. Not only the bowling balls that I throw, but think about it, the people that I interact with, the communication I have, my ball reps, honestly, just the learning of new equipment, the amount of equipment. There's so much that went into that. And so in November and December, that was a lot of practice. A lot of, while doing these ball videos and putting content out there for you guys, practicing with new bowling balls, learning them, which led into January. Team USA trials in January was a rude awakening that I was not quite ready with the new equipment. I think I had like a 15th place finish at Team USA trials. Not my best work. Some of it definitely was my physical bowling. Some of it was just like picking bowling balls at the wrong time. Many bad choices. But at the end of January, we started the 2025 season. Started with the Delaware Classic. I qualified very high. I got a bye. I qualified, I think, in 7th place. I ended up ultimately losing in the round of 16 to AJ Johnson in a crazy high-scoring match where the final game came down to, I think I shot 268 and lost.
Impressive.
I was obviously mad in the moment. You don't know how many opportunities at TV you're going to have. But more ultimately, I learned that I was a lot more prepared than I thought I was. And so, next tournament up, the US Open. What a love-hate relationship I have with that tournament right now. For those of you that followed along and watched, I qualified first at the US Open, leading second place by over 100 pins, making the show by a lot of pins. Arguably the best bowling I've ever done in any major. And, you know, it ultimately turned into one of the sour points of the season in losing the title match to EJ Tackett. We're going to cue some of those lowlights right now. Jillian, go ahead, show the big old L.
No defense in this sport. Wow. Look at that mess. The 1-5-7-8.
We saw this from Chris Vi in our last match, right around the same time.
As you've seen in past, or even if you watch me bowl, I am a little dramatic at times. Finishing second at the US Open, you just really want it. You want the green jacket. You have a chance at a major championship on TV. What I learned about myself on that TV show is that physically, I was prepared. Physically, I was throwing the ball awesome. I wouldn't have led the US Open otherwise, but mentally, I was not ready at that moment to bowl for a major title on TV again. I started off hot, you know. I mean, you could see it in my face, the nerves. I was shaking. I was warm. Those first 4 shots were just honestly like the body taking over. And then the ball motion wasn't great after that, but then the shot quality really went with it, and EJ just bowled an incredible game. I mean, he hit the pocket so much, he wasn't making mistakes, and therefore turned into a second place at the US Open. I'm bitter. I'm not upset. I don't know how to word it. I wish I would have won. But we're going to move on. We're going to, just like I did moving on from the US Open to the rest of the season, we're going to move on now. The Illinois Classic, I finished 39th. So coming off a really hot US Open, honestly a great first event, pretty sour moment. For the doubles this year, Chris Prater and I, we have such high expectations. We have won the event twice. We finished 8th. We did make match play. We didn't do our best work. Chris had a great week that week. I just didn't really hold up my end of the bargain in qualifying. In match play, we just never really got it going. We're going to learn from it. Yeah, you know, 8th place, man. It's just so crazy how we go from many years ago being so happy about 8th place to now not feeling quite so good. But leading into the doubles was the last event before the PBA P. Weber Missouri Classic, in which last year I finished almost last. And so my mental going into that event wasn't phenomenal. People talk about not bowling well in certain buildings, certain patterns. Well, that pattern has been notoriously one of my worst patterns. That building has owned me for multiple years. So super proud of having a 7th place finish at that event this year. I had to double in the 10th at the end of qualifying to make it into the cuts. I won 2 matches before getting to Tim Foy with a chance to make the TV show. For those of you that follow the PBA, Tim Foy, hats off to a great season. He just put it on me that match. So did not make TV there, but again, great strides into leading into what the rest of the season brought. Next up, the Mike Albee PBA Nevada Classic. It was the first event when we got to Reno that we bowled before the PBA World Series. So different venue, Coconut Bowl. Obviously going to go down as one of my favorite centers. And Coconut Bowl was a 2-sided center, brought a lot of different dynamics to qualifying. 2 totally different buildings. I mean, you almost had like a quarter-mile, half-mile walk to the other side of the building where you bowled. And so you're switching ends, doing different things. The pattern was kind of short. This is where I really fell in love with the Ion Pro. Higher scoring events hasn't always been my favorite. Over the years, I've always done better in the lower scoring events. But whether it be the change to Storm products this year or 900 Global, and or the confidence that came with the changes and all the practice, that was a really big turning point, that qualifying block. After losing the US Open, after leading, you don't really know how many more opportunities you're going to get. This was my next opportunity to lead an event. And so that last round of match play was awesome. We're going to show you some videos of that. But yeah, it was the first time I averaged 237 for the event. I can't name many events ever that I've averaged on the PBA Tour over 230, let alone averaging 237 for an entire event. It was awesome. But now we're going to start getting to the good parts. So Jillian, you can now cue one of those W's up on the screen.
A mission for a singles title.
Oh, my goodness.
Nothing matches a singles title. It's on the lane. He's got himself a win. That's enough.
Let's go!
Andrew Anderson is a winner again. Chicken can be boring, but Pilgrims is turning chicken nuggets upside down. I love it. You love it. Put it in a nugget. Double A, a champion again on the PBA Tour. Was never the same in the match.
Let's go, Reno! I got one!
That's all different now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Gets the trophy for the legend, Mike Albee, for whom this event is named.
So as you guys can see by the joy on my face at the end of that, first singles win in 7 years. So many things came together for that to happen. So many things kind of went wrong over the years for me not to win otherwise. But just so much joy, and I may not have cried on TV, but that night, reminiscing, I had one of my best friends, Brad Martin, in the crowd, and just thinking about all the hardships that got back to that point was super special. Thank you everybody who on social media reached out, sent congratulations. Yeah, what a day that was. I wish I could talk about it more, but I hope you guys can imagine what that felt like for me, and just so much joy. The next up, the World Series of Bowling. The World Series of Bowling actually happened prior to me bowling that TV show, but it was all kind of thrown together. At the World Series of Bowling, I'm just going to go through some of my results. That the very first event, the Chameleon Championship, I finished 81st. I had a very rough first day of the World Series. Just didn't have my best stuff. But I'll tell you where I know my mental game is stronger now is that one bad day used to lead into multiple. One bad day here led into a really good day 2, and that's what got me back in kind of the hunt to make a run at the World Championship. The second event, and where I knew that I was getting a little better, was the Viper Championship. I finished 20th. I just barely missed the cut, and I averaged 224, and I did cash. So a little better than the days prior, with a chance at the cut just ultimately falling just a little short. And then the Chameleon Championship, which is somewhat of a highlight this season. I made it barely into the cut, and I won the first match to make it to match play the second week, in which I had 2 super close matches. But the one to make the TV show against Mitch Hoope, for those of you that are again following along, I had to throw a double in the 10th to make the TV show. Mitch was the number 1 seed, so he had really nothing to lose. He was making the TV show either way. He was either going to be the 1st seed or the 5th seed. For me, it was win or go home. And so, super high intensity match. Mitch bowled great. A lot of back and forth, but just really happy with those shots I threw to make the TV show. And then I made a small run. I won a few matches on TV in the Chameleon Championship before falling short to Kevin McCune, and you can cue some of that right now.
Anderson will try to make sure it's done mathematically. Trip 10 pin there, gets closer.
Ball change halfway through match number 1 for AA. Again, that great leverage created with his legs. And then the nice ball roll.
Gotta have it. Makes his move. And doesn't strike. It's the 10 pin standing.
Wow. Heartbreaker there for EJ.
Wow.
And you see just an absolute wave of relief over Andrew's face. He just knows he's back in the match. Chance for 2nd title this week, 1st at the World Series.
16-pounder on the right lane, 15-pounder on the left lane. Same bowling ball.
Loft.
Oh,
Although I did not win the Chameleon Championship, I thought I bowled really good on TV there. You want to win them all. As EJ showed to the world at the World Series of Bowling, making every show, what EJ did was absolutely bonkers, and it's just hard to do stuff like that. And so for me to make a couple shows there, I was pretty excited. Next up was the Shark Championship. The Shark Championship was not my best event, but I did just enough to make it into the World Championship cut, where I started to put on a little run. I bowled a 300 in the advances round of the World Championship, ultimately falling a little short of the TV show. With a few games to go, I was kind of in the hunt, kind of not really. But ultimately, the bad day at the Shark Championship and the bad first day at the Scorpion Championship held me back. I missed the show by a couple hundred pins, which sounds like a lot, but in those formats just really isn't. So 12th place finish. That is my second best finish at a World Championship. So again, although not my best finish this season, from years prior, huge improvement. Now we're on a little bit of a part of the season where bowled a ton of games. We're coming back home to the USBC Masters in Michigan. I had such high hopes of making a run at Thunderbolt in Michigan. I had a chance going into the last game of qualifying. I needed a double in the 10th to make the cut. And what I learned about myself there is, wow, do I want it a lot more when I have a lot of fans and hometown crowd there. I threw a really errant shot in the 10th frame. I 2-8-10'd. I missed the cuts by 5 spots. So at the Masters, which was my first major win, I've missed now the cut 2 years in a row by a total of less than like 20 pins. So hurts a little bit, but I had some time off after that. At home, I got to sleep in my own bed. I got to come back and practice at Turbo, which led into, I think, another great stretch in the PBA Tour season. Following the Masters was PBA Allstar Weekend, where you saw the one-handers defeat the two-handers on TV. On string pins, my first time competitively bowling on string pins. Really cool event. Really just a nice little break from us. Like, we were super competitive. We wanted to win. If you guys saw, the one-handers wanted to put the beat down on. And we came home with those trophies. But it was kind of just a nice little like break to go bowl on television, throw some really good shots, get some confidence flowing again into what the remainder of the season brought. The Players Championship, also in Michigan, was up next. I had a 13th place finish. And I was never really in the TV show hunt. I was just really middling them along. I was just close the whole time, never really got over the hump. But my history in Jack 60, where the Players was held, not great. So I'm going to take that as a huge step forward going to the future and saying, like, I'm really coming along and bowling good in places I haven't bowled good in the past and giving myself chances when I may not have in prior years. The Tournament Champions, not a great event for me this year. Again, I was very close a lot of the time. I did not make match play. I kind of got stuck at this tournament. I hit the pocket a lot, didn't strike a lot. For those of you that follow the PBA website, I left like 380 10 pins this year. It was something absurd, like 20 more than the next guy. And what I can tell you is it felt like I left all of them at this one event. And so when I left there, I was just like, oh my gosh, mind boggled at how my ball just never struck. But then the postseason starting with the PBA Playoffs and PBA League Battle of the Brands. 900 global, a little bit of the underdog coming in. We won our first match in awesome fashion at Thunderbolt. Super cool. I had my grandparents there, some family there, some friends there, and I got to throw a shot in the 10th to get 900 global to move on to the second day. And so that was awesome. That was such a fun shot to throw. We went crazy, as you can see. We ended up losing our next match. So a 4th place finish for the 900 global team. For the first year with the team, I thought we did really well, and we'll see what future years bring. Now for the playoffs. The playoffs, I'm coming in as the number 2 seed. I was number 2 in points this year. Again, that just goes to show what a consistent and phenomenal year that I had. Nobody was catching EJ. I'm pretty sure he doubled me in points. So I'm second in points, like 17,000 behind. And then I was 3,000 ahead of third. So hats off to EJ for what he did. There is no question in Player of the Year. I'll just take a second place this year for that. But playoffs, I did lose to Jesper. I had a chance to win going into the roll-off. Jesper gave me a chance. I needed a strike. I threw a not great shot, 3-6-10, and ultimately got sent home again at Thunderbolt, where I've had a lot of great moments and some not so great moments. That one not being one of my best. But again, you just try to learn from it. You know, bowling on TV is hard. Throwing strikes to win titles, matches, just difficult. And so overall, super happy with it.
Get there, get there.
He talked his way into that strike.
This shot here has to be a strike.
Hasn't struck on this lane his last 3 shots.
Oh, get lucky.
Over. Unbelievable finish.
That wasn't my best.
Wow.
Jesper Svensson's meat grinder continues. It's unreal. He gutted it out again.
Thank you, Detroit.
The number 2 seed, Andrew Anderson, has been taken out by the number 7, Jesper Svensson, who takes up one of the 3.
And then we'll get to the Tour Finals. Tour Finals, I'm coming in the 6th place spot over 2-year rolling totals for points. So over the last 2 years, I was the 6th best player. The format is a multi-day format where you bowl some seeding, and I ultimately led my block of 4 bowlers for seeding. So I was the number 1 seed, and let's call it the kind of like an East versus West All-Star game. I am the leader for the 2nd block of bowlers. And so in the finals on that Sunday, I had to bowl in the title match of our stepladder, Jason Valmani, in which we went to a roll-off, needing a strike to move on and send Jason home for the season. That's going to go down as one of the best shots I've ever thrown on television, and we're going to cue that now.
Need 6, gets 10, and advances to the championship match. What a battle with Belmo.
And there you have it. I didn't show any emotion because I had so much building up, I didn't know what to do with it. I'm just happy that I got it off my hand and in the right direction, and it knocked all 10 over. And then, you know what I got for beating Jason? I got to go head-to-head against E.J. Tackett for the title. Yay. Yeah, as you guys can imagine, I was really just trying to hold my composure through all this. I was bowling great, had a lot of mojo going. That match against Belmore took a lot out of me. I was down 1-0. I had to win the 2nd game just to get to that roll-off. And then you have to bowl against the best player on the planet currently. And so going against EJ in that match, my whole game plan was just don't make mistakes. And what did I do early? I made a mistake. But EJ also made a mistake. And ultimately, later on that game, I just kind of snuck away from him. And then going into game 2, I thought in my heart, I sat there and said, I'm going to need one of my best games ever to beat EJ here because I do not want to go to a roll-off. And EJ early on in that match missed the head pin a couple times on the right lane, and I had really good control of the right lane. And thankfully, I finished on it. So we're going to cue that now, that 10th frame.
Anderson needs 6 to win. For the victory! He's got it!
Is that enough? Please tell me that's enough.
It's enough, Andrew. Andrew Anderson has won the 2025 PBA Tour Finals title. He beats EJ again and wins his 2nd singles title of the season. Rolls on for Andrew Anderson. He wins in Bethlehem in 2025.
The 10th frame that's going to go down and pretty much cap off my best season on the PBA Tour, where all I needed was a high count. I did say, is it enough? I was so in the moment. I was trying to just throw a good shot that I kind of forgot the score. And so then you see me let all that emotion out, all that led up to that, defeating arguably the 2 best players on the planet to win my 2nd title of the season. Just really incredible. Just so many cool things have happened this year. I have so many people to thank, but I just want to talk a little bit right now about how the PBA Tour season happened. When the last season ended in July of last year, I had to make a decision of what am I going to do to get better? I've gone the route of working with multiple mental coaches, but one is stuck, Dr. Dean Hinnants. I hope he watches this video. He's talked about it on podcasts a little bit. But he has really changed the way I look at my game of bowling and how I can enjoy it and be competitive and do all these things at a high level while maintaining you know, the love for the game. I mean, people get burnt out left and right, and I think the biggest change for me is like I no longer get burnt out. I have now balanced it so much better, whether it be the amount I practice, the amount of workout, the amount of tournament play I get. And that's a huge stepping stone. And then, of course, what you guys, many of you guys put in the comments is obviously the biggest change people see is that I changed ball brands. You know, Rob Gottschall and I talked on the phone in December, and one of the things that stood out is he said that there's not many guys that can win multiple times in a year on tour. And he had a huge belief that I was one of those guys that could. And we joked about, you know, it's been a while since I've won. You know, it did kind of turn into a joke. For me, obviously, it's something I thought about a lot. But getting that monkey off my back in Reno was huge. And that's what led to the Tour Finals. And that's what led to, for when you're watching this, I have now won my second Eagle at USBC Open Championships. I won the 2025 All Events Eagle. And I also won, or in the representative in the PBA division, for the LBC, which is the League Bowler Championships that Bolero puts on. And so, I mean, what a year. Like, I don't even know how else to describe it. I appreciate any of you that have made it this far into the video to share some of the success with me, because it really is like just so surreal. It's so surreal. I'm so blessed. I'm very fortunate in so many ways. The year is not even done yet, and to be able to talk about these things as it's already been my best year of bowling I've ever had is just an incredible feeling. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. I'm hoping Jillian has enough blooper reels to kind of put at the end of this too, to see that there was some bad, because there's plenty of bad bowling there as well. But yeah, what a year it's been, and it is not done yet, and we hope to maybe have some good bowling left in us. And as many people like to say, but me especially, I really do believe the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.